Alpha Talk is back. It's back. We had a little hiatus, you know.
How long of a
We'll
a
see. You
week,
were in Hawaii. We didn't do it then.
2 weeks?
And then last week, yeah, it's been 2 weeks for this one. So it's back. That wasn't a failed experiment. You know,
We were
we're
betified by the weather, dude. That's what
yeah, correct.
happened.
You were
Yeah, all
betafied
sorts.
by tropics and then not
Yeah.
tropics.
Oh, yeah. When you type in it goes either way, but Aloha corrects to Alpha on the phone or
Interesting.
vice versa. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. You
Yeah,
just
interesting. I'd have to agree personally.
yeah. Uh-huh.
And yeah, so I think this is our third episode. I was looking it up. It feels like we've done more of this, but
Yeah, it
it's
has.
only the third.
Yeah. I
What
like
is it?
that Pepe
Yeah,
cover you got.
that's here to stay. Maybe I
That's
was
the
gonna
one,
slightly
dude.
modify it. Sometimes like put like a hat on or like
Yeah.
here and there. That'd be cool.
Let's
Uh,
animate it, dude. Let's gif it out or
Fair,
some
yeah.
shit.
And I
Yeah.
want to get like a nice intro. God, we got to get back on our music shit because like I want to get like a
Yeah.
Wall Streety like synthy Wall Street movie type like beat.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about with like the
Yeah.
heavy like Miami Vice like synths and shit. Like that would be a
Yeah.
cool fucking like little intro since we don't have one for here. But nonetheless, everyone always is like I there's like a couple people that are always just like, why do you do the alpha beta shit? Like why like what is that? And I'm like, well, yeah,
What?
your rating isn't
What?
doing well by asking me. First
Yeah,
off, let me
yeah.
tell you, yeah, you're not doing well on the spectrum there.
Don't you get it? Like, come
Yeah,
on, dude.
exactly. But it is
Yeah.
fluid. You can always see that's the thing.
Yeah.
And like, what's funny with this because it's obviously like a bit, right? Like it's somewhat of a bit, but I buy into it more and more every day, unfortunately. And I'm definitely it started off as kind of like, oh, this would be funny, and then I'm like, no, fuck that. This is that. Like,
all jokes are true. It's
yeah,
that phenomenon. It's one of
to
those,
to an extent.
yeah,
And
exactly.
like,
Yeah.
but the thing is with us, it's not like the conservative. We're like reclaiming it from like the conservative like 4chan bros because they're just
Yeah,
like,
it used to be
wow, yeah, he's slunched over in his chair and beta. Like it's like,
yeah.
oh,
No,
okay,
it
like,
used to be hella funny and a joke, and then like fucking yeah, weird like conservative bros were writing like PhD
yeah.
theses on
Actual
it on
betas.
yeah,
Yeah, like
and
real
then it became
betas.
way too serious, and you're just like, okay, dude. Like I remember, yeah, I've seen some weird shit with the alpha beta thing. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
So
reclaiming it, dude.
we're
Yeah,
reclaiming
just
it. And like I said, it's
like
fluid. You can have a
just
beta
like the word
hour.
queer, dude. We're fucking reclaim. Yeah,
We're also reclaiming that, you
yeah.
and I. But the funny thing is,
I'm gender beta. I'm
yeah,
just yeah.
gender alpha, and they're like, so are you gay? That doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Yeah.
Yeah.
But well, what I find funny is, sometimes I'll post from the pod account. I'll just be like, hey, like, how'd you do this week? Were you alpha or beta? Because I try to let people know that you're never just one thing. I mean,
Yeah,
some
yeah.
people are. Some people are perma beta
And
just
this is a
because they
safe space to
only because they've dug themselves so deep
yeah,
of just
yeah,
several weeks of it, and that's just not
yeah.
what normal humans do. Normal
No.
humans, I have a better outlook for them, right?
Yeah.
They'll bounce back. Like,
Yeah.
for me here and there, like I'll do something like, hey man, I'll go on like a nice 3 mile run.
Yeah.
My microgreens are doing well right now. They didn't a couple weeks ago. I felt like a beta.
Yeah.
There's some times
Oh, when you
where
fail at growing something,
oh
that's like a deep. It feels
yeah,
so shitty for some
yeah,
reason.
all
I
of a
don't know.
sudden a noose grows from my ceiling fan,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
and then the but that does really well. That now my salad mix is doing real well. I love it. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I do things like I'm trying to think like what was like door dashing when you have a fridge full of food,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
shit like that.
Uh-huh.
Like you'll do
Yeah.
something like that, and you're like that's that, and you eat some
That
bullshit. You're like,
feels alpha the first time because
yeah,
you're like, haha, click, and then like the
yeah.
third time you're like, oh, I haven't moved from my house in like the 3 days.
Yeah, and
this
I
is
just have like perishable
yeah,
food that
yeah,
that's depreciating in
yeah, exactly, yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
And so you'll do shit like that, and just know you can always bounce back. But what I still think it's a binary thing personally. I don't believe in any third.
Oh, Sigma. You want to talk about the
Well,
Sigmas?
because
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
Omega. I'm okay. It was funny the first time,
Yeah,
guys. It was funny the
yeah,
first time when you
yeah.
guys said, I'm Omega. That's cool. Yeah, right on. Well, the question was this though,
It's
and
enough. It's an umbrella. It's like
if it wasn't fluid, I would get the need for others, but it's
mhm,
fluid.
exactly, and it's just an umbrella. Omega's just a harder beta. Yeah, is what.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah,
Which exactly,
yeah,
it's like in politics where you're like a centrist. It's like, well, yeah,
yeah,
but you know he's truly in the center, right? Like
yeah.
you
A Sigma is just an introverted alpha. Like, come on, don't stop
I
making
think
it hard.
it's far worse than that. But what is a
Oh,
sigma? You may ask. What is a sigma? I'll
This shit is so hilarious.
yeah, no, it
It's
sucks,
so
dude.
great, dude.
It's such a fraud because I
Yeah.
won't say the person's name, but someone was like, "Oh, I'm like attracted to like sigma males," and it's like, well, then they're never gonna fuck with you. That's the thing. Like then that means you're not
That's the
gonna.
point.
Yeah, they're like, well, like so. Here is what. Let me get this over to the.
You just Google image search.
Yeah, let me get us over here.
Yeah.
So the sigma male. God damn, how do you do this shit? Of course, Google's a fucking bunch of betas, by the way. Here we go. So sigma male is a man who is a lone wolf. They don't crave attention like the alphas. Okay, although they get a lot without even trying. Oh, Jesus. Women are naturally drawn to the sigma because of their capacity and self-sufficient abilities. Laying on his fucking couch.
Look at
First off, you lay on your couch like that, beta. Like,
look at that Keanu Reeves too down there, the rarest male.
Yeah, I
Dude,
know,
yes.
I know, I love those too. Look
Oh
at this
my
guy.
God.
Look at this guy right here. What the fuck's this problem?
Yeah.
Like just laying like that. I've never done anything alpha from that position.
No, it's the fact it's impossible. It's like you know how like
He's
men
watching
can't
Friends.
do.
He's watching Friends.
Yeah, streaming it binging it. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So then they go through some qualities for a sigma male. They're born to rebel. They get a lot of attention without even trying. They have a unique way of doing things. They know what they want. They like to live in the moment. They're hard to get. They love to have their own space. That's just a human, by the way. And they have a style of their own.
Yeah.
Okay. And also another human quality. They have no expectations from others. They don't have close friends. How is that cool?
Yeah. The last couple got me. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, which is like funny because that's just Bugman qualities. That's just Bugman. I'm sitting in the pod. I'm smashing the bugs.
That's propaganda to make like people today feel cool for just chilling on the computer all day. Like, oh, I might be a sigma actually. You know,
I never get any pussy. Must be a sigma.
Yeah.
Women are naturally drawn to me, but I'm not drawn to them. That's the thing.
Getting all this attention, I just can't fucking
stiff arming Heisman Trophy women out of the way. Like, nope, lone wolf. Sorry.
Fucking binders full of women.
Yeah, I'm a sigma male with a 4-digit OnlyFans tab every month. Yeah.
Balancing the budget, dude.
Exactly. Don't worry, I'm a software engineer. I can cover it. Like, just oh god. Yeah. Fucking Sigma engineer, more like it.
Yeah.
But I just want to say, and you have it. You can push back on this. This is not. I don't want to make it the official stance, but I will if you agree.
Yeah.
The official stance of RCI, Rare Candy Industries, co-founders of the ABI, Alpha Beta Index, Sigma is beta.
I'd say 80% of the time minimum. Yeah.
Well, but like I said, it's a quality. We take all the qualities and then it gets a rating. So I'm not saying it's 100%. I'm saying it's net. It's net beta. Yeah.
Net beta. Yeah. I'd have to agree. Yeah.
Yeah. Justin's net beta butter.
Yeah.
But I just want to say that. And like I will say, like the women that are like, I want a lone wolf. No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, you don't. Stop pretending you do.
Well, you want one, then you want to change them and shit and all.
No, and then you're like, let me introduce you to all my friends. It's like, what didn't you understand?
Hey, the girls are hanging out. Do you want? Yeah. Like,
we don't have any friends over. Any friends.
Yeah.
This
is what you liked. Yeah. It's like,
you said you were drawn to this. My chart of 10 things with the guy laying on the couch said you were drawn to this.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. That's one of those. To me, that's one of those like trench coat wearing guys in school. Like, I'm a Sigma.
The Matrix, dude.
I'm a Sigma. Don't come to school tomorrow, but I'm a Sigma. Yeah. Exactly. And anywho, that's we had to get that out of the way. I wanted that on.
I mean, school shootings are pretty beta. They're about as beta as you can get, dude.
I personally 100%. I hot take 100% beta if you do that. And also 100% if you make a pillow based off of that. But anyways, so start with you as we always do.
Yeah.
You got cucked by the weather for trading, so it's been tough, right? It's been tough.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's fucking
power.
With exactly.
Power. I just mean you power. You like physically you couldn't even lose if you wanted to.
Well, I was on I was on vacay and I would just do like you know, you don't have time then, but I would still just have like on the laptop, I would do like an hour in the morning or whatever, just fucking around, but it's not the same, you know, and then I get back, I'm like, all right, like ready to hit it, you know, and I'm just,
Mm,
I really am like addicted to this shit in a good way.
of
It's just,
course.
I fucking crave to do it. I don't know. Um, and then, yeah, the power goes down and I'm just like, what the fuck? You know, I'm just like fiending, like, and then I'm trying to like, my phone's internet sucks too during the weather just on its own because I'm
Yeah.
always on, there's like two Wi-Fi's here. So yeah, I was just, I don't know. But then,
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
but it's like, sometimes I think the universe forces you to take a break
Oh
like
yeah.
that. Because then when you come back, you're, you know, when you don't play guitar for like a week and you come back, you're like, oh shit, it all like
Yeah.
sinks together, you know?
Like when you're
I
gambling,
think it's like that.
sometimes the universe sends a Slavic
Yeah.
man with a crowbar to your house to
Yeah.
break your legs when you don't
Exactly.
pay,
Yeah.
and it's like that's the universe telling you
Yeah.
to stop.
Take
Yeah,
a
correct.
break. Just take
Yeah,
some time. You know, wait till the,
take a literal break of your
yeah.
legs, and
Wait for them to heal and get back in the game, dude. Yeah.
well, yeah, and then so when you say
Slavic man.
trading, right? Trading
Yeah.
from phone to computer. What for people who don't trade? What's the like? How bad is
Yeah.
it going from that from computer
Yeah.
where you just got your those logged in ready to post like those people where they do the huge
Yeah.
computer setups like what's the difference like how much do you feel
Oh,
like you
yeah.
just
It's
somebody just took
impossible.
the training wheels out and you're like oh shit like oh man
Yeah. Well, it was interesting because it's sometimes less is more. And I was like kind of vibe when I had the laptop because I had the laptop and the phone. And that's a
right
cool thing. You can compress, you're like, all right, what's the essentials I need? Like what are the charts I need and shit. Uh I have two I used my iMac and then another monitor, just two. You know, people use like 8 or whatever. You know, and then my homie Daniel, who runs our group, who's fucking, you know, millionaire off this shit. He uses 2, and he's better than anyone. You know, so that's like a meme in crypto. You know, you don't need more than,
yeah
you know. But I will say I am looking to get like a couple ultra wides, you know, and just hang them. You know, have like ultra wide
yeah
here and there
that'd be
because
sick
I'm like a scalper, so I like, you know, a couple charts is better than less, you know.
right
Just to get a different view of different, each one has its own
because
different
you're looking
thing,
for
you know.
that one little opportunity for you to
Yeah, and
clean up a little bit yeah
yeah, and it's just like there's volume analysis, there's order flow. In fact, yeah, if you wanted to, I might share my this will trip you
yeah
out.
let
I don't
me
know if I
I'll make you a host there you
word.
go go ahead
This might crash the computer because it's. I don't think it will though. But
okay that doesn't sound promising but
yeah. So this is a software called Bookmap, and I'm like very short term trader. I am getting into longer like spot trading and swing trading
right
uh to because that is the way to go long term. But you know, I wasn't starting with like fucking $100,000 trading account, so I'm like, yo, I need to learn how to scalp way in on the, you know, to zoom way in to get a little edge, you know. But yeah, I'm a host. He said,
you're a host you're a virus host right
yeah.
now
Let me
hmm
see what's up. So anyway, this software I'm using is called Bookmap,
okay
and what it does, well, just to like zoom out, you know, people are hella confused. The only, you know, Bitcoin price rises when people buy, and it
are you
drops
sharing it right now
when people sell. Not yet.
oh okay
It's got to
I was
load.
hoping you didn't think you were sharing it
Yeah,
yeah
yeah,
yeah gotcha
yeah. But people are wondering, like, you know, like what indicators should I use, or
hmm
what, you know, you know, is it going to rise? Is it going to fall? It's like those are the only, you know, just when people buy more, it rises. When people sell their shit, it goes down, you know, or short or whatever.
hmm
So uh and there's two types of orders that if you guys don't know, there's limit orders and market orders. Market is when you just jump in to the market at the whatever price it gives you. You just get in, you long or you short, you're like, I'm getting in a spot.
hmm
Limit is when you preset a bid. So if you preset a bid higher to short and you preset a bid lower than the current price to long. So it'll dip down and fill your order, fill your bid.
So you're
And then
saying
if,
I want to take my order when it hits this? Is that what?
yeah,
Okay,
I'm
got
like,
it.
I'll
Yeah,
I'll buy one Bitcoin
gotcha.
at, you know, if
hmm
Bitcoin's 50K, I'll preset a bid at 45K because I've determined that's an important level and I think
Right.
it's going to rise. And then if it catches your order and then rises, you're in profit. And if it keeps falling, you're down. So those are the two main things. Yeah, let me share my screen and shout out fucking a real Sigma male. The YouTube channel Bitcoin Trading Challenge is like one of my favorite dude. He's such a nerd. Uh I think Bennett is his name, and
Mm.
he's just a crazy. He's the one that introduced me to this. He's got great video. It definitely should be way more popular if you're trying to learn how to like really trade and not
Yeah.
just yeah. Yeah, let me share this shit. So this is Bookmap. Uh let's do Bookmap. All right, let me know if you could see this.
Yeah. Yeah, we're good.
All right, cool. Now let's just let it.
It's gonna be super laggy, but that's fine.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, that's fine. Okay. So this looks super fucking alien and weird, right?
Yeah, and that looks
Let's
like
do.
they'd be like, all right, Navy fighter pilot. It's just
Yeah.
notice UFO underneath. That's what that looks like.
Yeah. So this looks crazy, but it's literally probably the best thing I've ever found for what I do for scalping and short term
Yeah,
options and shit like that. Um, it's and yeah, the more I study this like every day, I look at the chart and compare it to what's going on here. Um, so this is basically the order flow of the Bitcoin chart on. I think this is BitMEX, but you could pick any of them. But I like the BitMEX one, even though less and less people are using that one. Um, yeah, it's just really clear on here. So you see these little beach balls, red and green, right,
hmm
of different sizes. Those are the market orders. So those are the people buying in, uh, just straight into the market. You know, they're buying in, and the larger, the the larger the beach ball, the larger amount of money going in.
I see.
Right,
Okay.
it's right here. And
So
what does
so
it
the
say?
red, so that like reddish one ball means a lot of people put money into short it.
Yeah, either put money in to short it or they were in a long position and they sold to get out.
Okay. So
Right.
it's selling or shorting. Okay,
Yeah,
got it.
exactly. And so that's it has the same effect on the market basically, but there is distinction between those two things. And I'm still learning how to. There's ways to figure out like, because a lot of times people will be taking profit at a certain level if they're long, and then it'll keep rising. Or a lot of times people will be short in the level where they're distinctly betting on price to fall. And those are obviously two
Yeah,
different things, even though they have the same ish effect on the market. So yeah, like right here is like, $390,000 market bought, $350,000. Here's what is this? $196,000 short right here, and then boom. So all those people are underwater. If you shorted that, and then it just rose basically, right?
right.
So they're already losing money. Um, and then these lines, this is the heat map. The darker the color, the more red the color or orange or whatever, the stronger the level of limit buys and sells.
Right.
So these anything below price is a limit buy. So right here at 56,575, there's a huge resting limit order. Um, and that's kind of built into price. Like that's, everyone knows that's there basically. All the good traders. Now these ones that show up and disappear,
Uh-huh.
that's the most important thing. It's the difference between the market buying and selling and what's called, well, one form of this is called spoofing, right? Where you you put a bunch of limit orders in, like rich people with like $10 million will put a bunch of limit orders in without ever having the intention of actually trading them, but they're just trying to spoof you. They're trying to get
Ah,
price to go a certain way.
right.
So I'll zoom out. There's not really and there's lots of ways you can read this. Here I'll zoom out.
Those are all time. So what were you on there? What was it?
So that was 5 minutes of time. Now I'm on 20.
Okay.
Let me go to 10 actually. And sometimes it loads the historical data. But anyway, so this is all that matters. Is like this is the only thing that moves the market. All the
Right.
other shit, all the what Elon Musk tweets about or whatever, like none of that. All that does is this is the only thing that really fuels it. Everything else is secondary. Um, trying to think of. So here, here's a big resting limit order, which means that's putting pressure on price to rise, basically,
Mhm.
right? And then you see like all these limit orders get this heavy limit orders get put and then they get removed, right?
Right.
So boom, removed, and that along with market volume, so those two things combined means that price is going to rise. And so you can see this right here. And let me share another one of my, and then
So that gives you just more information when you're ready to
exactly. Do
to
you
get
see
in.
this?
Yeah.
This is the chart now, right?
Right. This is Prime XBT. I recognize this.
So we just saw a bunch of limit orders pulled from above, and then
Hmm.
boom, we get two fat green 1 minute
So you're
candles.
showing the
Basically, right?
correlation between the two, right? Is what you're doing?
Yeah. So
Okay.
if you market bought there or whatever, what is that? That's like 0.5% move in 2 minutes. That's pretty crazy.
So you'd make money.
And
You'd
yeah, if you were able to read that, and you could yeah, you could definitely make money doing that. Or what I do, take like little 1 minute options and just do like small amounts and build that up over time. Just by reading this, taking the just like a poker game, you take the odds. You know how like shows you like, oh, there's like an 80% odd this guy's gonna win. This guy's gonna win this
yeah.
hand, basically, right? That's
Hmm.
exactly what I try and do with this shit, basically.
Nice.
And it's but like no one, very few percentage of people use this, so I'm glad to have found this, you know, and
Why don't people
yeah,
use it?
just because, just like anything in life, just most people suck at shit. They just don't care
Yeah.
about, and especially with trading, like most, the whole fame is, most people are going to lose money, at least in the short term, right?
Yeah.
So that's just kind of fucked up. That's how it works. That's why I'm not like, trading's not like it's kind of like a zero sum thing,
Right.
it can be, which is kind of why it's fucked up. But whatever, if you find an
Hey.
edge, you're good. Yeah,
Hey.
I'm gonna exploit like capitalism. This is like the purest form of it, right? For
Yeah.
myself, because I know I'm not gonna be like
Yeah.
if you're smart enough to figure out the rules of the game, and you're like, I want to have a fucking animal shelter.
Yeah.
I don't want like a
Eventually, you want to
Miami
suit
beach
up and
house.
play Michael Jordan. Eventually,
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly,
yeah,
dude.
I'd like to play
Yeah,
Michael Jordan at another game, but unfortunately, this is the game Michael
yeah.
Jordan plays.
During
You
this
know?
pandemic, during all this shit, yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, come on, yeah. But anyway, so yeah, this is just fun. It's a fun way to nerd out. And if you combine this with other stuff like just basic technical analysis, like weekly and monthly levels,
Yeah.
um, stuff like that, then yeah, you have a real good shot at getting this stuff going.
Nice.
Um, but yeah, there's just a string of market buys. Just there's no reason to short this basically yet.
Right.
You know, um, it's just strong, and it just you just see all the spoofing levels just keep creeping and creeping up, basically.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so that's that.
Nice.
Uh, yeah, book maps fun. Let me stop sharing this shit. Yeah,
Right on.
but
Right
that's
on.
for like scalping, and if you want to get good at that, which is kind of that's all I knew. That's all I thought trading was when I first started, was scalping. I didn't realize people could just buy and hold and and stuff. So I dove into the deep end without realizing what I was doing.
Oh yeah.
First of all,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Didn't have your floaties with
yeah,
you.
exactly.
Mm,
Yeah.
no, I hear you.
What's going on with you?
Shit,
Yeah.
dude. Actually, having a really good week with NBA.
Yeah, you
So
been with putting money on the line, or
yeah. No, I
sick,
am.
sick. That's
I'm.
what's up.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
been. So I've changed my strategy. I'm George Harrison after he met with Ravi Shankar. I just came back a different man.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
after the Super Bowl, rode the Super Bowl, crushed the Super Bowl. Right.
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to talk about that. Crushed it. Went against our peep thing and won. Not to brag.
Were you 100% on the Super Bowl, right?
On the two main ones, yeah. I
Okay,
took
yeah.
some basically shot in the dark like prop
Yeah.
bets that were like plus 5,000 if they hit, where I would put
Yeah.
like, you're
Oh,
supposed
you
to,
got it.
I've
You
come to
got it.
realize you're supposed to say units instead of dollars. That's what
Oh, okay.
professionals say. I guess it gets you out of
All
trouble.
right.
So I put
Okay.
just a couple of units,
Yeah.
like just 3 units to win what plus 5,000, right? So you
just Portnoy say units. Is that his?
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you're supposed to. Yeah. He
Yeah.
probably doesn't because he just doesn't give a shit. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, you're supposed to say
Yeah.
units, and so what's 3 times 5,000, right?
Yeah.
You'd get that. So
Mhm.
but it just yeah, I would do that. I didn't hit those, which is fine because that doesn't
Mhm.
really hurt your bottom line.
He didn't bet the
But
farm on that
no,
shit.
no, not
Yeah.
at all. But
Yeah.
the two ones that I hammered was Buccaneers plus 3.5. I should have gone money line. I should have just said Buccaneers outright. I would have had
Yeah.
like a plus. I think that was at like plus 180 if that happened,
Whoa.
rather than the cover is normally just like minus 180. You just get a
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
bit less than what you put down.
Yeah.
And back. So then I did that and I hit the under. A lot of people wanted that game to go over, but I said the Bucks defense was going to come out banging. I was like, the Bucks defense is going to come out good. I thought the Chiefs defense would play just well enough, which I mean they didn't, but still, like they still. I mean, as long your under is going to hit if one team only scores 9 points.
Yeah,
it's in like the NFL.
Yeah, totally. Yeah,
yeah. You're like if the other team does not score a touchdown, your under's a lock, more than likely.
For sure.
So yeah, like the Vegas kind of bought in on Brady versus Mahomes just being a track meet, being a shootout, and I just said, you know what, Tampa's defense. The way I saw them play against Aaron Rodgers, I was like, dude, they're fucking going crazy. And the Chiefs were down 4 starting O-linemen. So I was like,
yeah, I can't believe they didn't score a touchdown. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, exactly. And guy at my work's a big Chiefs fan. He's like, yeah, I mean, the refs just didn't let him play. I'm like, you lost 33 to 9.
Yeah,
please cope some more.
Yeah,
and big old lip full of Copenhagen. And the. So that happens, right? After that, I'm like, okay, NBA time, NFL's over. Sounds good. I was really just getting overzealous, like just really like, oh, I'm betting on this super underdog to win outright because I was feeling good. I was kind of riding the wave, which you can't do. You just can't do it. In gambling because especially when you're just switching sports, completely different thing. So what I've been doing with the NBA is I've been doing parlays, but with high percentage money lines. So if let's say like last night, the Milwaukee Bucks were 6.5 point favorites. I just took them to win outright, not the 6 points. So they could win by 1. And that was good. Now that was like minus 500, right? Which that doesn't pay shit if you take that by itself. But I parlayed that with 2 other high percentage favorites.
Yeah.
All 3. Oh, shocker. 3 teams that were favored big, all won. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, but
you can kind of choose your own adventure with that.
But I put 10 units down and got 37 back.
Right on.
Now, had I taken the covers, they didn't all cover, right? They didn't all cover. And just a quick sidebar, I had one thing. I just have to show this to the world because I watched it on a loop, right? It's the dunk of the year so far. This is just mind blowing to me. This was right here. This is Anthony Edwards, number 1 overall pick out of Georgia. He's very, very good. And let's get this on full screen. So here.
The game is so fast.
Look at this dunk, dude.
Take off a little bit of time here.
This is alpha talk right here.
Ooh, they were lucky that wasn't turned over. Anthony Edwards.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, dude, look at that. I had the Raptors and the Raptors won, not to brag.
Wow.
But then look at the. They don't show that. They don't show the replay. But the replay, dude, he just crushes.
That was like a Jerry Rice air right there.
Yeah, no, it just like remember slam ball?
Yeah,
remember slam ball where they had the trampolines and doing, and they would just smash like a dunk. That's like
need one. Yeah,
jumped out of the gym, man.
Yeah.
Just I watched that last night and I said, you know what, I got to show it to the world. Not everyone watches NBA, even if you don't like sports. That's cool.
Yeah,
that's objectively cool if that happens, right? It's like people that are like, oh, I don't like sports, but hockey fights, hell yeah. You know, or they'd be like, one of my other favorite sports takes, just a sidebar, is like, man, baseball would be so much cooler if you could just beat the shit out of everybody. I'm like, it really wouldn't.
Yeah.
Like you strike out, but you fight the pitcher, and then you get to go to first base or something. Like, no,
you want baseball to be something it isn't.
Yeah, you just don't like it. Like, that's fine. Exactly. Be like,
I'm trying to go hard on baseball this year.
We will.
Yeah.
Well, with the NBA, I've been taking that, and then like last night, it was Raptors money line. So despite the Anthony Edwards dunk, that did not electrify the Timberwolves. They lost. To the Raptors. And I took the Raptors were 4.5 point favorites, and I took them as just winning outright instead. Yeah. So like you said, you skew your odds not in your favor, but if you parlay it, you can get those odds kind of back, right? They're high percentage, right? So if your account isn't doing so hot and you're not doing so well, you're just taking a lot of losses, take some high percentage ones, just build it back up.
Yeah.
And then really where that does help is if you're playing with big, units on that stuff. Like then you could just be like, you were to bet 1,000 units on something. And then you had a plus 260 to win that. You know what I mean? 2.6. Exactly. You're 2.6xing. You're that.
Yeah.
Basically.
It's exactly the same in trading. When you have like 100 grand, you're not going to use leverage. You're just going to take trades. You're just going to like buy and hold and be like, oh, I made like 10 grand a day or something.
Most of the big players I know, they don't care about point spreads.
Yeah.
They're not like, oh, or maybe sometimes, but most of the time they're just like, if it's a close game within like 3 points.
Yeah.
Most of the time, they're just going to money line. They're going to go outright. Underdog, they might take the points. With the underdog, they might take the points. But
Yeah.
if they think somebody's going to win, they just take them to win. Because again, you're still going to get that percentage, that plus 260, that plus whatever you made it is going to make it better. Or even minus, 100, minus, 250 or something like that. You're still going to get, bet 1,000 to win 750, right? Like that's still winning, like that's still winning. But one team that right now, and I'm not sure if it's too late to ride them, but the Utah Jazz are a wagon. They are just a powerhouse right now. So and when I say a powerhouse, they haven't just been winning the games, right? They've been covering the spreads. So look at teams' ATS record. ATS means against the spread. So whatever the Vegas handicaps it at, this is their record against that. So this is from a few days ago. They lost last night to the Clippers. I took the over, not to brag. It helped that parlay hit. Yeah. And then so the Jazz, they have authored 3 of the 7 bets, 20. I don't even know what that means, but they're 18 so I think it's 1-1 against the spread in the last 20.
Yeah.
So had you just taken them to cover
every game for the last
20 games, you would have pushed on one and lost once, and then you would have just going Mormons. Just hitting that up, man. Like just polygamy.
That's
love
crazy.
It. Let's go.
I'm long on polygamy, dude.
And you know what I will say? The Jazz record, they didn't do well in the playoffs when the bubble came back, but the Jazz since COVID, their best player, nobody remembers this, was Rudy Gobert originally when it first hit. Like this was before they touched all the microphones, and then he had like COVID the next day, and he was just like, "Oh, wouldn't it be funny?" Like he was doing like a bit like that.
Would you psyop though? Who knows what's going on?
He's French too, so with that. And so that's been really good. I do have a future bet. I just showed Anthony Edwards dunking. He was the number 1 overall pick. He's on a rise right now. I'm actually getting really nervous because I did take a future bet, 20 units to win 80 of LaMelo Ball getting rookie of the year. LaMelo Ball is crushing it right now. I still think he's the favorite. He's still the odds-on favorite. He gets the most minutes. I thought he would because he went to a really bad team. I kind of needed him to play right away. And you see some of these other guys that get drafted, they don't start right away, so they don't get the minutes to win. And Edwards is doing it. Wiseman for the Warriors got hurt, who was also kind of up there. There's a couple other guys there, but LaMelo Ball, so that would be a nice bonus if that hit at the end of the year. Yeah. Today, I wanted to just go with my bets. Today, I went with, let me just see. And I would share it with you guys, but there's a lot of personal information on this page. But so I got Damian Lillard, Portland Trailblazers. He's been on fire. That's right. Up there. He's been on fire. Oakland guy, and he over 33.5 points for him today. And the over under for the game is 242. It's the highest over under I've seen this year with the game tonight. So I figure. I just went out in my head. I said, okay, if that over hits, I'm pretty sure Lillard's point over will hit, right? Exactly. Like it's the two have to be somewhat correlated. Like now I'm saying this now, and Damian Lillard fucking sprains his ankle in the first quarter, and this over still hits, and I look like an idiot. But whatever, you know what I mean? I took that 20 units to win 16. That's exactly. So that's like I think that's minus 160 or whatever it is, minus 140 maybe. But then I did a 2-team parlay, both 2 favorites. To win, Phoenix Suns and Sacramento Kings. Bulls are coming off a back-to-back. The Suns are coming off a back-to-back as well, but I think Phoenix is going to take down Memphis, and Sacramento starts out hot every year. They kind of tail off, and but I think they're going to beat the Bulls. The Bulls had a really crazy struggle game against Philly last night, almost went overtime. It was really good, and then my third one, and these are all just small money to win, a little bit of small money. But I think if 2 out of 3 of these hit, then I have a great day, right? The other one is Lakers minus 150. Lakers are my nemesis. I went against my rules. I said I was never touching the Lakers again, but oh man, I have to.
Tempting,
no, the Heat cannot handle them right now. And so I picked that. They're 3-point favorites. I just took them to win outright because I don't trust them. And then I took Portland to beat Washington. So Lillard, if Lillard goes off, Portland wins, and the Lakers win, I have a great day. That's two bets that win off of basically, and one guy in the same game. So I gave myself avenues for success today. It's been going well lately. Been doing well, and just with NBA, like I said, just it's a crazy season, and a lot of stuff can happen. I just like to I'm playing it safe. There's a guy in our betting Discord. And if you want to get in on that betting Discord, follow us on Twitter at RareCandyPod1. Just hit me up. I'm on there, and you hit me up, and I'll get you in, just as long as you're not a weirdo. Maybe slight vetting process, but
Yeah.
he was doing that too. He was like, look, man, I was down bad, and I just 2x'd my shit, like 2x my account, just taking these high money line favorites. They don't always hit. Upsets do happen. It is sports, but you know, the reason they're favored by 6.5 is because the other team, they're massively better than the other team, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Now, if it's like a double digit, it's really not worth it to put in there, because they'll skew that to like minus 800, and you're like, okay, what do I do there?
Yeah, exactly.
You'd have to parlay that with like 5 other games, and then you might get an upset in one of those 5 games, so you might not. So like I said, if you're new to betting, parlaying means you pick 3 outcomes of whatever, you know what I mean? It could be anything. It could be the over under in the game, over under in another game, spread of another game, team winning in the other game. Could be anything. All 3 have to hit, and you win. If one of them doesn't even hit, or if just one loses, bet's done. So that's what's good.
It's all or nothing.
You increase your odds by taking high percentage things. That's kind of where I'm at right now. And like I said, once you get that account really going, you just take those high percentage favors and just marginally push that account up. A lot of people don't like that, because they're thrill seekers, right? And I'm sure it's like that with trading, where they're like, why would I want it? I would rather not have the high account if that's how I have to get it. There's people like that.
Well, with trading, what I do now is I will go risk on sometimes, but knowing when those opportunities present themselves, like on that book map, like I know when it's like a way higher chance, like a sure thing of like being correct. And only after I've built up a buffer, like rather than trying to like dig yourself out of a hole, be like, I'm just going to win it back on this trade.
You can't do that. You got to build back.
Yeah. And then, once you're up like 50% or whatever, then risk 25% of that and be like, let's just get a little higher now, you know? And,
or like in baseball, right? You're down 5 runs. It's a second inning, 5 runs, second inning. You know, it's not insurmountable, but you can't hit a 5-run home run, even if you tried.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, exactly.
Well, I mean, Jose Canseco, I think he has a few, dude.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. He's got, just, there's only 4 there's only 4 people that can score at one time, maximum players. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then speaking of baseball too, one thing I would advise people not to do right now is a fun thing to do in a normal climate is to do team over unders for the season, right? It's fun. Yeah, it's fun because you don't lose right away. You could track it all year. Team go like say, I don't know, pick a team. The Marlins have I don't know what their over-under total is, but let's say it's 78.5 wins for the season. If you think they're like, hey, man, the Marlins might, which I do think, the Marlins might actually, be above their win total, and you go over on that, right? 79.5, and then sometimes they win 90 games in the playoffs. But baseball's such a long year. Here's the thing. It might not be. We haven't had spring training yet. Watch spring training. You don't fuck yourself on the over-unders now if they're not even going to play 162 games.
Yeah.
Watch how spring training goes.
It's like that's like a little fucking loophole they'll get you with.
Yeah. Oh, sure. You place that bet. There's no fucking takebacks, dude.
Yeah. What's up with Oakland this year? Are they?
I don't know. Let me look up what their total is. God, I don't know. They did classic A's shit where they let like 2 or 3 guys go away, and let's see, MLB over under win predictions 2021. Let's see, DraftKings Nation. That's a reliable site. Perfect. All right, let me pull this up on the screen. This will be the last thing we do today. Let's do it. The fuck is it? Oh, there we go. And
boom.
Okay, yeah, boom. So what were the Marlins at? I want to see what the Marlins were at, just to see. Miami Marlins 70.5. Oh, I like it way over that. I said 78. That's just what I think.
Who was the 101? Oh, the Dodgers.
Oh, Dodgers. Yeah, the defending champions that just added a top tier pitcher to their staff and didn't lose anybody. Yeah, no, it's there.
Fuck.
I would never bet that. I would never bet over 101. Like I just wouldn't. Like it's too rich for my blood. They easily could do it. They could, but that's just one of those ones where it's like you almost go under, because if they have a couple injuries, they're like maybe they win 96 games and still win the division.
Mm-hmm.
Or if the rest of their division sucks and they already have it clinched at 93 wins, they're not going to get to 101 because they're going to probably rest a bunch of guys.
Yeah.
So you think about that. I think the rest of their division's pretty solid though. The Padres. Speaking of which, Fernando Tatis Jr. for the Padres, 14-year deal he just signed. 14-year deal. Never heard of that in my life. Guess how much? Guess how much in total the deal's worth?
Oh God, 100 mil. How much?
100. Oh God, what is this? 1977.
Yeah. Fucking yeah.
340.
340 mil.
340 mil.
How
Baseball's
much?
guaranteed, brother.
How much?
Guaranteed.
It's all guaranteed.
Yeah, I don't even know what the yearly amount. What is that? You're the math guy. What's 340 divided by 14?
340 divided by 14 would be like 30 mil a year. Here, let me
Yeah.
do it on my phone.
No,
Yeah.
that sounds about right.
Yeah.
I think that's good. Like that's
14.
that's about
20,
right.
24 mil
Yeah.
a year.
He's only like 21 years old, so that 14-year deal is cool. But like in MLB, dude, what if you just come back like 50 pounds heavier and you're just like, yeah, I'm on a 14-year deal, dude. What the fuck? Yeah, I'm hitting 210. Yeah, I'm hitting 210. Fuck off. What are you gonna do? Trade me? No one wants me anymore. You're stuck with me.
Wait, who was the team again? That was
Padres. Yeah. Dank food down in San Diego too.
Yeah,
so yeah.
Fish tacos, dude.
Yeah, exactly. So he would tear it up. So yeah, the A's are at 87. See, I don't like that right now. I don't think they're gonna go over 87. 87 is a solid year, and I mean they're well coached. They're a good team. They'll be right around it. I think.
So who will be the division champions then? It will be
probably Houston. I would say Houston, but you never know. I mean, it's tough to do, but
you mean wait.
What's that?
Houston. Oh yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Houston's going to win the division this year. Personally, just you asked me. Now, I will say 86.5. Vegas doesn't think so. Vegas thinks it's going to come down to a half a game at the end, which that'd be electric. It would be electric if that happened. But 91 for Chicago White Sox. That's a lot. I look for teams that like ended the year strong last year, especially after COVID when they came on. And then maybe Vegas might overrate them a little bit. Like maybe Chicago. I don't know if Chicago wins 91.5 this year. They're still really young, but they did really well down the stretch last year. And let's see who has the lowest one. I always like the lowest one because it's like that's a fun one to go over on when you're like betting against them being like basically the worst team in the league.
Yeah.
So let's see if they can they go. Perfect. 59.5 for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
All right.
59.
Yeah.
So 59. So out of a 162 game season, that would mean how many games is that's like losing 105 games, right? Or like losing 103 games. Yeah. If you were at 59 wins.
Yeah. Wow.
So yeah, that's fun to bet against because it's like it's losing 100 games. Like it could easily happen. Somebody will do that this year. It might not be the Pirates. Yeah. I might do that. I might take that one. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to take it now because, like I said,
wait till spring training, dude.
Spring training, and they're just like, "Oh my god, players are dying on the field." And if that happens, Fauci gets his fucking hands on this season. Yeah. The Nationals fan, I think he's a little mad that they didn't win last year. Mm-hmm. Maybe
he'll do some. Yeah. Actually, you need 4 jabs to.
I pitch for every team now. You're like, oh god, damn it! Yeah.
So, did you ever go to spring training in Arizona?
I've been. I haven't been to the A's, but I've been to. I have some family that's nearby one of the complexes out there. So I went to I think Chicago and I went to Texas games. So
the White Sox. Right?
Awesome time. Like just a great time. Hopefully that's around this year. I hope because that's outside. It shouldn't be an issue. It's up like in the lawn seats. Like you can spread out. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? So. You got anything else, man? I think that's good.
I think that's good. Yeah.
I think that's good. Fun times. Good to be back. We'll be back. We're gonna make it weekly. That was just a little wrench that we went through the last couple of weeks, but everyone's doing well. Again, he's at Crypto Sci. I'm at Glen Rockney. This is at Rare Candy Pod 1, where everything can be found. This is called Alpha Talks. Is YouTube only. You're gonna want to subscribe. That can be found on our Twitter. And thank you if you already do. Hey, I'm going to say the number, 133 subscribers. I like it. Sounds good. Let's get it up.
Crank it. Yeah.
Crank it up. Long subscribers. Long our subscribers. Do it. So, all right, guys.
All right, peace.